Let me first start off things, guys. Let me retain the uncapped player.
That everyone's going to say. That's
The uncapped player in MS Dhoni. So, potential retentions for CSK. I think CSK could be one of those teams that don't use the entire purse on their players, considering they like going with experience. It could be Ruturaj Gaikwad, who was named captain last year. Matisha Patirana is another pick that comes to my mind, who looks like pretty much a certain player, and Ravindra Jadeja, of course. So these three players plus MS Dhoni is what I'm thinking. You do have the option of 2 RTMs as well, which I think CSK will exercise. There are many options. Devon Conway got a beautiful 61 yesterday, and Shivam Dube is part of the T20I squad. He's made a name for himself as a specific middle over power hitter. There's the option of Deepak Chahar as well. There's Theekshana, there's Mustafizur, Mukesh Chowdhury. So there are multiple options for Chennai Super Kings to actually think about. Just give us your top 3 or top 5, top 6 for Chennai Super Kings, Sabha.
So one slot is done, MS Dhoni is done. So now you're left with 5.
Yeah.
So now it depends whether you want to utilize all your 5 options or not. The names which you have mentioned, Ruturaj Gaikwad, if you want him to lead the side, it makes sense for CSK to retain Ruturaj Gaikwad. Who's your other match winner? Number 1 is Pathirana. MS has got immense faith in him. Then you have Ravindra Jadeja. So these 3 are your obvious picks because all 3 of them happen to be your match winners. And then you have MS Dhoni. So 4 slots gone. Now I think they need to figure out. Shivam Dube is another very strong choice for CSK. Whether you want to retain him or to have now the RTM also the rules have also been clarified that if the highest bidder, I think the auction is going to ask the highest bidder whether you want to stick to it or not. If they don't want to take it forward, then again it goes back to the team who has opted for the RTM. So it just offers some more flexibility to teams who are going ahead with RTM. So Shivam Dube is another strong option for CSK.
I think CSK might just be the team which could retain 2 uncapped players. That is, one is MS Dhoni, another one is Tushar Deshpande. He's had an outstanding couple of seasons with MI, and as it is, there aren't many CSK, sorry,
yeah.
and there aren't many uncapped fast bowlers around. And he's been a quality bowler. He's been around in first class cricket for a while. So that could be one of the possibilities that we earlier Sava spoke about. If you keep 2 uncapped sure players and you just have to spend 8 crores, so you get MS Dhoni and Tushar Deshpande, and then Ruturaj Gaikwad and Ravindra Jadeja, they both becomes an automatic choice, and then try and use those RTM for rest of the 2 players as well.
Can we add Deshpande to that mix? Ruturaj, Jadeja, Dhoni, Pathirana, Dube and Deshpande?
And I don't think Deshpande, in place of Dube, they would probably have Deshpande and Pathirana, of course. So they'll have 2 uncapped players and 3 capped players, and use that 1 RTM, and according to how they go in auction, if they found an all-rounder before Shivam Dube comes in, and then if they don't want to use that RTM, they can use that RTM for anyone if they want. So keep that 1 option open
but
for the auction.
But don't you think the RTM names have to be given before the auction starts, isn't it?
No, you don't have to give your RTM. It can be any of your players that have played in the squad for the previous year. Okay. But why such a selection? You spoke about the balance of a team. He stressed on the fact of having 2 uncapped players. Deshpande isn't uncapped, by the way. Deshpande is played in Zimbabwe, so he comes in as a capped player.
Then that's so I think then CSK will go with this 4 and keep that RTM with them. So they'll have an option of 2 RTMs.
So the fast bowler price is going to go up, is what Parthiv Patel is indicating.
But that's always been up in the last 3-4 years. You can see the fast bowlers have come at the premium, and it wasn't the case to start with. All the batters were getting bunch of money and bulk of money, but I think to me this fast bowlers will be at very, very premium price.
But why not all 6?
I'm finding it so weird. MS Dhoni with for 4 CR.
Well, the reason why Sabha Karim saying MS Dhoni will be at 4 CR, that's the price for the uncapped player. The uncapped player is also a player who hasn't played international cricket for the last 5 years, a rule that has been revised, and that's why MS Dhoni makes it to the list, because he has not played international cricket or held a central contract with the BCCI for the last 5 years. So agree on the 6 gentlemen. These are potential. An overseas player in the mix, Conway, Theekshana, temptation?
Yeah, but Conway again, keeping an option open for RTM. I think he's someone. He is there, but I feel that he's not someone will fetch 11 crores or 14 crores in auction. That's what my guess is. So that's where you release him and try and get him as an RTM player.
There may be a discussion on Theekshana in the team management, because generally we have seen that CSK also relies heavily on having a very strong spin contingent. So you have Ravindra Jadeja. If they can somehow manage to bring in Theekshana, that will kind of solidify their spin attack.
Yeah, so the likely retentions for CSK, according to Parthiv Sabha and let me add that in the mix, because Ruturaj Jadeja, MS Dhoni, Matisha Pathirana, Shivam Dubey and Tushar Deshpande could be a mix of retentions and RTMs for CSK, but it looks quite simple on paper for a team like Chennai Super Kings.